Pretty sure that this is the 424 districts plus all of the organization members.
Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Rob Wagner, and I am the superintendent in the Lancaster Community School District. It is my hope that everyone has had a great opening to the 2015-16 school year. Thank you for joining us today for the State of Education Address by our State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Tony Evers. We are so fortunate to have the Tremper High School Wind Ensemble with us this afternoon. The Wind Ensemble is part of the Kenosha Unified School District, where Dr. Sue Savaglio Jarvis is the district administrator. The Tremper High School bands are celebrating their golden anniversary this year, having been formed when the school was open 50 years ago. The Wind Ensemble is one of Tremper's 3 concert bands at the high school. It is made up of the top instrumental musicians who primarily play as soloists on each part. The Wind Ensemble continues the tradition of the Kenosha Unified School District as having one of the finest music programs in the state. Let's thank this special group of young people and their director, Catherine Ripley. Please join me in giving them another round of applause. Attending today are many statewide elected officials, leaders of tribal communities, teachers of education, leaders of education associations and councils, and educators. Thank you all for attending. Many of you, my trusted colleagues, are attending the Joint Wisconsin Association of School District Administrators and the Department of Public Instruction's Fall Conference. A special welcome to you as well, and a special thanks for all you do on behalf of the students and the families in your district. Please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Joint Color Guard from the Wisconsin Army and the Air National Guard, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of the national anthem. The original battalion was called away on different detail, so we are especially thankful for this group presenting the colors today. Please remain standing until the Color Guard exits the rotunda. At this time, I'd like to ask Jacob Caviani to step forward. Jacob is the 2015 Badger Boys State Superintendent of Schools. He is a senior at Kettle Moraine High School in the Kettle Moraine School District, where Dr. Pat DeClotz is the superintendent and Jeffrey Walters is the high school principal. Jacob will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. I would now like to introduce Jonathan Overby, lyric baritone, who will sing the national anthem for us. Dr. Overby.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to the Joint Color Guard from the Wisconsin Army and Air National Guard for their service to our state and nation. And thank you to Deerfield High School student Jordan Winkler for providing the drum cadence. And a sincere thanks to Jonathan Overby, who is in our good fortune is a regular feature for us at this event, filling the Capitol with his phenomenal voice. Jonathan is the executive producer and host of Wisconsin Public Radio's world music broadcast, Higher Ground. Dr. Overby is also a Joseph E. Shimdeke postdoctorate fellow at Edgewood College in Madison. Thank you, Dr. Overby. At this time, I'd like to ask Isabel Abbott, the 2015 Badger Girls State Superintendent, to step forward. Isabel Abbott is a senior at Menominee Falls High School in the school district of Menominee Falls, where Dr. Pat Greco is the district administrator and Corey Gala is the high school principal. Isabel Abbott will introduce the state superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Wagner. I'm very proud to participate in this important day, and I know my family, who are here, are very proud as well. Tony Evers was elected by the people of Wisconsin to the constitutional office of the State Superintendent of Public Instruction in 2009 and re-elected in 2011. He has served the students, parents, and citizens of Wisconsin over 35 years as teacher, principal, district, and SESA administrator, deputy state superintendent, and now as state superintendent. In the state of Wisconsin, Tony serves on the University of Wisconsin Board of Regents and the Wisconsin Technical College System Board. As state superintendent, he's focused on Agenda 2017 and the goal of having every child graduate college and career ready. Please join me in welcoming Tony Evers, Wisconsin State Superintendent of Public Instruction. Thank you so much.
Whoa! Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Isabel, for that kind introduction, and congratulations to both you and Jacob for being the elected 2015 Boys and Girls Badger State Superintendents. And thank you, Rob Wagner, for serving as our Master of Ceremonies. I had the fortunate opportunity to visit Lancaster School District last year, and you are doing amazing things. It's like everybody's part of the same family. I loved it there, so thank you very much. Thank you also to my good friend, Jonathan Overby, and the Joint Color Guard from the Wisconsin Army and Air National Guard for your performances and presentation. It's always special to have you here. And wasn't that Kenosha Tremper High School Wind Ensemble outstanding? What a great job they did. Director Catherine Ripley, thank you, and thank your charges. A world-class band, thank you, a group of people, that's very important. Besides our performers, let's recognize some of our very important guests here today. I'd ask them to stand. Secretary John Sokas of the very important Department of Veteran Affairs, Education Commissioner of the State, Executive Director Jeremy Anderson, and all our state legislators, school board members, and elected officials who are here today. Stand up, folks. We'd like to recognize you. Thank you. And thanks so much for your ongoing support for public education. I also thank Woody Wiedenhoff from Wasbo, Jim Lidge from Ossaw, Betsy Kippers from WEAC, Gary Meyer from WCAS, and John Ashley, WASB, for their dedicated work, as well as, of course, WASDA Executive Director, John Bales, and all the members of the the District Administrators Association who are here today. Their work is outstanding. How about a round of applause for all those good folks? We thank you, our leaders of higher education institutions, our leaders of the many education organizations and public libraries, and my colleagues, my dear colleagues and friends at the DPI who make public service in Wisconsin strong. Now, this is really important. This year, I want to acknowledge all the parent and citizens group who have become increasingly active across the state. Some of these local groups are here that include Mad City Grumps, Fox Cities for Public Education, Citizen Advocates for Public Education in Lake Mills, Advocates for Education in Whitefish Bay, Advocates for our Wauwatosa SOS, and at the state level, the Wisconsin Parent Education Network. These folks have gone way above and beyond to support our public schools. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Now, this being my sixth time up here, you've already heard this, but the best part of my job is visiting schools and meeting kids and educators, school leaders, and families across the entire state of Wisconsin. And as I sat down to reflect on this last year, I thought about all the public schools and libraries I had the privilege of visiting, from Amory to Lancaster, Oshkosh to Cameron, been there twice this year, and dozens of other school districts in between. I have never once been disappointed in the dedication of our educators and the engagement of our kids, not once. We have a lot to be proud of in Wisconsin. I consistently see parent involvement. I consistently see great leadership and a supportive business communities. But I also hear about the struggles, squeezed budgets, teacher shortages, and harmful political rhetoric. It is those visits that give me the context to talk to you about the state of education here in Wisconsin. Much like our educators and the citizens groups that have worked so hard the past year, the state of education in Wisconsin can be described as resilient. Our educators prove once again that they are able to withstand and recover quickly from difficult conditions and do incredible things. Let me share one teacher's story that demonstrates this resilience. This summer, I met with my Teacher of the Year Council. The council members are wise, thoughtful, insightful people. They are the perfect representation of the 60,000 plus educators we have in this state. But at that meeting, one of these educators described how the political controversy over the past few years may have had unintended yet positive consequences. She said she's never seen more cohesiveness and collaboration among her colleagues. This is a perfect example of resilience, grit, and perseverance. Let's take a moment to appreciate that resilience and recognize our new Wisconsin Teachers of the Year and the Teacher of the Year Council. They're here today, folks. Come on up, stand, please stand. Thank you. For the past 6 years, in particular this last school year, educators have engaged in a great deal of work around several initiatives. We call it our Agenda 2017. We've raised expectations in terms of college and career-ready standards. We've updated our state assessment system from an outdated paper and pencil test to one that has something more useful and measures the increased rigor of our classrooms. We've implemented more efficient and effective ways to collect, display, and analyze data, and are developing new technology tools to improve instruction. We've done the difficult task, and I know it's been hard, a heavy lift, what it means to be a highly effective educator, a highly effective school leader, as well as what it means to be having a highly effective school district and school. Our accountability systems, as I just described, must be about supporting improvement at the educator, school, and district level. It's not about punishing people, and it's not about shaming schools. As an aside, we need to make sure this agenda is not just about systems, but rather how these initiatives connect to our kids and to our educators and to our state. Our messaging from all of us needs to reflect that going forward. In school funding, we saw in the latest budget, there were real concerns about how we fund our public schools. The credit goes to the courageous educators, citizens, and school leaders and school board members for bringing this issue to the local school front, making it a local story. In the end, the legislature responded to these local groups and changed what could have been another drastic and dramatic reduction in education funding, holding flat the first year and slightly increasing the second year. At the same time, though, they made major educational policy changes in charter schools, open enrollment, school choice, that will cost our schools millions of dollars that they desperately need. Folks, we just absolutely have to keep the conversation going. The need and opportunity for real school finance reform has never been more evident. We are becoming a state of haves and have-nots. How's my young man doing? Hey, Keaton, hi. This here is Keaton, youngest grandkid, and he does not want, nor do any of our other children in the state of Wisconsin, to go to a school that is anything but a have school. Thank you, Keaton. We cannot continue to neglect our obligation to provide students with a fundamental right for an equal opportunity for basic education. The school funding system has changed a lot over the past 20 years, and we can't say it's no longer an equal opportunity for all those kids. Another part of Agenda 2017 I want to talk about is our Promoting Excellence for All task force. We continue to deliver new materials and videos on the way to increase achievement and close achievement gaps. Today, the first web module for professional development went live on our website, so educators and administrators can use this to help with their teachers in closing these achievement gaps. Also today, we're releasing our Parent Advisory Council's report on family and community engagement. This group of dedicated, very diverse group of parents articulated their own tips and strategies, which will give us a valuable perspective on closing the achievement gap from the parental point of view. So I have to tell you about some of the wonderful things that are happening in our schools and libraries. Just the other day, I heard on the radio a state representative say that our public schools are failing. Let me disabuse you of that idea. Since the 2009-10 school year, the graduation rate, including the graduation for students of color, students with disabilities, students who are economically disadvantaged, has increased. Fewer students, including students of color, have dropped out of high school. Fewer students are being suspended or expelled. Truancy rates have decreased. Student attendance increased. Students report less alcohol, tobacco, and marijuana use. Students spend more time being physically active. more students in co-curricular academic activities and athletic activities since 2009 and 10, and more students receiving college credit for coursework they do in high school. Once again, these steps, we are not a failing system. The important piece is, once again, these steps forward are due to the perseverance, grit, and resilience of our students and educators and citizens at the local level. Also, I'm proud of the work we do to ensure that kids have access to healthy meals at school. Last year, we administered grants that provided 81 million lunches and 28 million breakfasts. Our public libraries are doing the part to bridge the digital divide. Nearly every public library provides free Wi-Fi, about 99% of this. All this, frankly, is good stuff. Now, the governor and many in the legislature praise the strength and success of our public schools. I hear them say that. However, this week, while focusing on celebrating our kids' public schools and libraries, our Teachers of the Year, and our Friends of Education, it is unfortunate that a single legislator introduces another divisive distraction at our public schools. Now, the founders of our state believe that the duties and direct election of the state superintendent of public instruction to be so important, they put it in the Constitution of this state. That action helped to create a strong system of public schools that are the envy of many states across the country. Taking that vote away from parents and other folks at the local level is a sad attack at the heart of our democracy and our state's history. I'm going to ask a question that I know all of you know the answer to. Haven't our strong public schools had enough upheaval and change? At a time when most leaders are working together to focus on kids in the classroom, it is unfortunate that there is a single legislator who wants to re-politicize the battle around public education. Now, we have worked with and disagreed with Governor Walker and the legislative leaders on numerous issues over the past 5 years. At the end of the day, most people think that schools in Wisconsin are doing good things for kids. That will continue to be our focus. That work is about college and career readiness for all our children. So what does that phrase actually mean, career and college readiness? Our vision for career and college readiness is not a political fad, and it's not just about academic preparation. Now, I get it. Meeting proficiency on a statewide summative test is really, really important. That is not all that we want for our kids. The Wisconsin way of college and career readiness also values social and emotional competence, includes skills and habits that we collectively value. Our graduates must be critical thinkers, communicate effectively, they have to know how to collaborate with others, and use creativity to solve real problems. And they also must have grit and persist and adapt to survive the difficult times all of us face in our life. These skills and habits are not just found in a classroom. They are developed through the kinds of experiences that the Tremper High School Wind Ensemble and Isabel and Jacob had today. Every staff member has a part to play in this preparation. We're making the future here. The future of our state depends on the success of our schools in these non-tested areas. I can't leave without telling you what keeps me awake at night. The impact of the ongoing assault to public education happening in this state, and frankly across the nation, may make for great political theater, but it's making it more and more difficult for our teachers to stay the course. Grit, Perseverance and resilience can only go so far when our educators' work is challenged regularly. Now, I support the right of the legislature to enact laws as they see fit. The people who have elected them have given them that authority. However, when policy conflicts with the needs of our kids, it eventually floods into the classroom, whether it's school funding, whether it's lowering licensing requirements, or mandating another test. The drumbeat can be deafening and deflating, and the impact may not be immediate, but by golly, it will happen. Good people are leaving the profession, and young people are choosing not to become teachers. The facts bear it out. Enrollment in Wisconsin's educator preparation program down every year since 2011. Over 2,000 fewer students were preparing to be teachers in 2014 than in 2011. 12% of the teachers are receiving a license, just a decrease just in the past 2 years. Folks, the teacher's voice is missing from the public narrative. As state superintendent, I have a responsibility to ensure it is shared. Here's a sampling of things I hear across the state. And my Teacher of the Year Council, if I let them stand up here, they can add to it. They're saying this: quit marginalizing our profession by lowering the requirements to be teachers. Ask our advice before making policy change. Give us adequate time to implement initiatives before changing course. And we need autonomy to have professional ownership. Now, I call on the governor and the legislature to adopt the lens of these educators from across the state. Visit schools as much as you can, even those outside your own area. See the good work that's happening. Talk to parents who support us all across the state of Wisconsin, and talk to school children, and ask educators for their input. And I ask you in the rotunda here today, we need to continue to share our voice. Our educators need our support and stability. So we need to stay focused. We need to be obnoxiously positive. And we need to take one step at a time. We need to work together to find common ground that unites us and we continue to stand strong on behalf of our kids. So thanks to all the school leaders, public servants, and citizens who are here today. Thanks to our educators back home and volunteers and family, school staff, students, and library staff who keep our public schools and public libraries great. By educating every child, ensuring they are college and career ready, we will move Wisconsin forward. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Tony, for your deep commitment to the children, parents, and schools of our state. We are so fortunate to have you in this key role and appreciate your leadership in these efforts. At this time, I will ask Jacob Chiavani to return to the podium to introduce the next segment of our program. Jacob?
Thank you, Mr. Wagner. I'm very proud to be here today, and I know my family who are here today are very proud as well. Recognizing Friends of Education has been a tradition for Wisconsin's state superintendents. Friends of Education are individuals and organizations who, through their efforts, have benefited the lives of Wisconsin's children. Our award recipients are here with us today, and we honor them for their hard work and dedication. The 2016 Wisconsin Teachers of the Year are here as well, and we will recognize them for their excellence in education. It is now my pleasure to introduce Carolyn Stanford Taylor, Assistant State Superintendent, who will assist in this part of the program.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to participate in the Friends of Education and Teachers of the Year recognition program. It is a privilege for me to introduce our first Friend of Education, Dr. Henry Gradius. Dr. Henry Gradius was born in Santa Barbara, California, and raised in the barrios of East Los Angeles. He attended elementary, middle, and high school in Los Angeles, graduating from Roosevelt High School. After high school, he attended UC Davis, where he graduated with a degree in agronomy. At age 50, Henry returned to college and received his doctorate in education, specializing in secondary curriculum. Many would say Henry is best known for his role in the success of Jaime Escalante, the teacher portrayed in the movie Stand and Deliver. However, this is one event in a long list of his achievements. After retiring as a school administrator, Dr. Gradius and his wife, Gail, who's here today, moved to northern Wisconsin, where he continues his passion and commitment for students. He continues tutoring high school students in academic subjects and working with students on improving their lives. Please join me in recognizing Dr. Henry Gradius as a 2015 Friend of Education. Our next Friend of Education award goes to Pam Yankee. Pam is unable to attend today's ceremony and has asked Rick McCoy, General Manager of Midwest Family Broadcasting, to receive the award on her behalf. Pam grew up in agriculture and was raised on her family's dairy farm. She learned the farm work ethic firsthand. Pam studied broadcast journalism and broad area agriculture at UW River Falls. Beginning her career in broadcast in 1990, Pam has managed to grow her farm broadcast presence from a single station in Madison to her Wisconsin Farm Report network. Through her news report, Pam connects families and schools to Wisconsin farms and is a tireless supporter of agricultural education and FFA throughout our state. Today, we celebrate Pam Yankee as a 2015 Friend of Education. Dr. Kevin Riley is our next Friend of Education. Dr. Riley is President Emeritus of the University of Wisconsin System. He served in that role from 2004 to 2013, advocating strongly for new ways for Wisconsin students to earn college degrees and innovative approaches to the UW's creation of the jobs and industries of the future. Under his leadership, enrollment grew to 182,000 system-wide, an all-time high, and sponsored research continued to expand beyond $1 billion annually. Both transfer students and the number of degrees awarded rose, and privately donated need-based financial aid increased. One of his final innovations as president was to establish competency-based degree programs in the UW system, the first of their kind offered by a public university system. Today, we honor Dr. Kevin Riley as our 2015 Friend of Education. Our next award goes to Women in Focus. Women in Focus is composed of a diverse group of women dedicated to helping youth of color in the Madison area achieve their academic dreams. The organization, founded in 1983, has two basic goals. First, promoting literacy and stressing the importance of literacy for academic excellence. Second, supporting efforts that encourage academic excellence and higher education for students. Each year, Women in Focus hosts an annual I Have a Dream Scholarship Ball as an event to raise scholarship funds. The ball provides an opportunity to showcase former recipients of their scholarships and share their individual accomplishments. Beginning in 1986, the ball has raised over $275,000. In April of 2015, Women in Focus awarded $2,500 to each of the 14 students selected. Women in Focus, we honor you today as a great friend of education. Here today is Roseanne Brown, Andrea Levy, and Catherine Simmons. Our next friend of education is Dang Yang. Dang is the Multicultural Recruitment and Retention Coordinator for the School of Education at UW-Stout. He is the son of Hmong refugees who came to the United States in 1976 and attributes his success to the role his parents, mentors, and teachers played in his upbringing. His focus is to support underrepresented students in high school and college as they explore careers in teaching. Growing up in Wisconsin, he was an active participant in the DPI, Wisconsin Educational Opportunity Program. Today, he continues to support students in WIOP through his volunteer and professional efforts. He developed the Teach Preschool program for high school students, chartered a high school future teacher student organization, and founded the statewide Student Development Conference for college students. It is an honor to recognize Dang Yang as a 2015 Friend of Education. Please join me in giving all of our friends of education a nice round of applause. Earlier this month, State Superintendent Evers had the pleasure of making a surprise visit to the schools of 4 educators, announcing their selection as our Wisconsin Teachers of the Year. He had the exciting opportunity to surprise and congratulate these 4, the best of the best, in front of their entire school, students, colleagues, and community members. Today, we formally celebrate and applaud our 4 Teachers of the Year. Former United States Senator Herb Kohl, through his Educational Foundation, recognizes our Teachers of the Year with major financial awards. His commitment to quality education in Wisconsin continues, and the Herb Kohl Fellowship and Scholarship programs live on. Joining us today from the Herb Kohl Educational Foundation is Kim Margrath, who will present the financial awards. Kim, if you would please come forward. Each Teacher of the Year will receive a $3,000 award, which is in addition to the $3,000 they received as a Cole Fellow. And our one Teacher of the Year, who will be chosen next month to represent Wisconsin in the National Teacher of the Year program, will receive an additional $6,000 award. Please join me in thanking one of Wisconsin's great citizens, Herb Cole, for his support of education. I'm thrilled now to introduce this year's Teachers of the Year. Our 2015 Elementary School Teacher of the Year is Mai Shua Zhang, a first grade teacher at the Academy of Accelerated Learning in the Milwaukee Public Schools, where Dr. Darian Driver is the superintendent and Eric Ryan is the principal. Mai is unable to be here today because she and her husband welcomed a new daughter to their family yesterday. Lisa Shook will be accepting the award on Maya's behalf. Congratulations. Our middle junior high school Teacher of the Year is Suzanne Devine, a 7th and 8th grade science and social studies teacher at North Star Middle School in the Eau Claire area school district, where Dr. Marianne Hardebeck is the district administrator and Timothy Scutley is the principal. Congratulations, Suzanne. Our 2015 High School Teacher of the Year is Roger King, an agri-science teacher at Holman High School in the Holman School District, where Dr. Kristen Mueller is the superintendent and Bob Baer is the principal. Congratulations, Roger. And our 2015 Special Services Teacher of the Year is Amy Reed, a special education teacher at the Kimberly High School in the Kimberly Area School District, where Dr. Robert Mayfield is superintendent and Mike Rietville is the principal. Congratulations, Amy. To our 4 Teachers of the Year, thank you for your commitment and dedication to teaching. Please join me in a final round of applause for our Wisconsin Teachers of the Year and Friends of Education. These individuals' stories of service and accomplishment have been a great and special addition to our ceremony today. At this time, please welcome back our MC, Mr. Rob Wagner.
Thank you all for being here today. We appreciate the time and effort you took to join us. We also appreciate your efforts in serving our students on a daily basis. We will now retire the colors and conclude our ceremony. Once the color guard has retreated, I invite you to remain for one final performance by the Tremper High School Wind Ensemble. Please rise.